In a Roman stone arena, a young blonde girl with purple eyes challenges a middle-aged man with brown hair. Confident, she wants to test herself against a strong opponent. The man draws his sword and prepares, but humbly admits that he is not as strong as she thinks. The girl doesn't believe him, summoning fireballs and launching a massive one toward him, forcing him to defend himself. The battle continues as the man dodges the fireball, but the girl doesn't stop attacking, releasing a barrage of fireballs that keep him on the move. She switches to ice magic, creating large ice blocks to attack. He uses his sword to break them and attempts to get closer to her. However, the girl has prepared a firewall to keep him at a distance, continuing to attack with fireballs. Noticing the difficulty of combining swordsmanship with magic, the man keeps dodging and finding ways to avoid her attacks. He charges toward her, but the girl switches to lightning magic, sending electric bolts that paralyze him and make him fall to the ground. Feeling he has lost the ability to resist, the girl prepares to use her ultimate technique, creating a massive dark energy ball. Just as she is about to unleash the final blow, the girl suddenly stops, yawns, and declares that the fight is over because she got bored with her opponent being unable to react. The man breathes a sigh of relief and asks if the attack would have hit him. The girl calmly replies that he would have been turned into minced meat. However, she adjusted it to be only a rough grind, and ultimately praises his strength. A middle-aged man with some white hair converses with a young blonde girl. The girl is initially confused but then laughs and apologizes. The conversation continues, ending with a scene of the sky at sunset and her voice in the background. The scene shifts to a large iron gate with the sound of a church bell and the synchronized "thank you" from a group of people. The man from the previous scene walks down a stone corridor, meeting a short-haired black-haired girl. She greets him and hands him a bottle of blue liquid as an apology. After hesitating for a moment, he accepts the bottle. The black-haired girl leaves as another girl with white hair and armor appears, and they start a conversation. The scene moves to an office where the man sits facing the white-haired girl and a red-haired girl. They are discussing a written request. A flashback shows the young man entering a dark cave, emerging battered and exhausted. Back in the present, the man looks troubled as he recalls the event. In the office, the two girls persuade the man about training. Despite sharing the same goal, they argue, making the man appear frustrated and uncomfortable. The long-haired white-haired girl intervenes to mediate. The scene continues with the man walking with the red-haired girl to a door. They enter a luxurious room, where the blonde-haired girl from the beginning of the film is drinking tea. An older man with white hair introduces himself as Nidus, the head of the Adventurers Guild, shaking hands with the man and discussing the request, which the blonde-haired girl supports. Megan, a one-eyed man, is introduced. He points out that the protagonist has no experience as an adventurer, which presents an opportunity for him. However, the other girls quickly suggest a one-on-one duel to prove his skills, leaving him no choice but to agree. The scene ends with him reluctantly accepting. The story begins with a middle-aged man, the teacher, feeling anxious as he prepares to face a young female warrior. Lysandra, she, a black-ranked adventurer, is confident and determined. The crowd murmurs about how a strong warrior like Lysandra is challenging someone who seems ordinary. The duel isn't hostile but an opportunity for Lysandra to demonstrate her growth and gratitude toward the teacher who taught her. The scene shifts to the past, when Lysandra was a little girl named Serena. She and her family were attacked by a massive monster, losing her family and falling into a river. This tragic event shaped her past, explaining her words about her first encounter with the teacher in The Depths of Despair. In the next flashback, the young man finds Serena, injured and unconscious by the river. He quickly saves her and takes her home to care for her. Serena, scared and panicked, cries as she recalls the horrifying memories of her family. The man and his family look at her with sympathy and decide to take her in. Serena gradually recovers and curiously watches the teacher practicing swordsmanship. After he invites her to try, Serena begins to train. Under his guidance, she becomes determined and regains her smile, making progress in learning swordsmanship. She also experiences a warm environment, having dinner with the teacher's family and training with other children. Sometime later, Serena is adopted by a wealthy family and must leave the teacher's home. The farewell is emotional as the young girl cries but thanks the teacher for everything he did for her. The teacher feels proud and is happy for her future. Back in the present, Lysandra is now a strong gold-ranked adventurer. She and her companion are stopped by a group of bandits. But Lysandra doesn't hesitate to fight, taking down all the bandits in an instant. Her maturity is a clear testament to the teacher's efforts and teachings. The final duel in the arena isn't just a physical battle but a symbol of Lysandra's growth. The teacher realizes that no matter how far she has come, she is still his student. This duel is her way of showing gratitude and growth. And the teacher accepts the challenge with the utmost respect. The battle ends with an emotional moment as the teacher feels proud of his student. The story starts with an intense sword fight between a red-haired girl with horns, Serena, and a brown-haired man named Beryl Gardinant in a brick arena. Serena demonstrates superior speed and skill, continuously attacking, forcing her opponent to struggle. Meanwhile, from a balcony, a blonde girl, an old man, and another man watch the match. Although initially overwhelmed, Beryl remains calm, recognizing Serena's incredible speed and finding her weakness. He delivers a decisive counterattack, disarming her and defeating the girl, ending the match. After the duel, both sides show respect for each other. The crowd cheers and applauds. Beryl praises Serena's skills and points out that her weakness is her offhand. The observers from the balcony come down, and the old man expresses admiration, assigning Beryl the task of training the new recruits, a duty he cannot refuse. The scene shifts to a cave where Beryl and Serena lead 3 new recruits. The recruits are tense as they face a group of small goblins. However, they coordinate and easily defeat them, making Beryl pleased and thinking that he won't need to intervene. As the group prepares to leave the cave, one of the recruits is suddenly attacked and killed by a massive creature. Zeno Grable, a high-ranking griffin. Beryl and Serena quickly draw their swords, preparing to face the dangerous enemy. The scene ends with the main characters setting up camp under a starry night sky. Finally, a short teaser for the next episode is shown, where Beryl enjoys some tea and reveals the title for the next episode: The Country Boy Who Soars with a Monster.